Good morning, everybody, and thank you for attending our annual 9/11 Remembrance ceremony. I'm Mayor Mark Boughton from the city of Danbury, and each year we have come to this spot at this time to remember those who are no longer with us, those who have paid the ultimate price on that day, and also to reflect on the soldiers, sailors, fighting men and women of our armed forces who are scattered across the globe this morning defending the cause of freedom. Today we're Today we're honored and blessed to be joined by the Danbury Police Color Guard, as well as our Danbury Council of Veterans, who each and every ceremony have stood strong with us and stood tall with us in bringing the colors, as well as reminding us of the sacrifices that we pay for our freedom. We're also honored to be joined by many elected officials, and I just want to take a quick moment to, if I can indulge you, in acknowledging them and thanking them for their presence here on this beautiful Saturday morning. We have our city clerk, Dan Jowdy, that's with us, our town clerk, Lori Kabak, that's here. We have members of our Common Council, led by our council president, Joe Cavo. Councilman Phil Curran is here. Councilman Dwayne Perkins is here. Councilman Jack Knapp is here. Councilwoman Mary Teichelt is here. Councilman Ben Chianese is here. Councilman Peter Nero is here. Councilman Donald Taylor is here. Councilwoman Nancy DiMici is here. Councilman Greg Seabury is here. Councilman Paul Rotello is here. And Councilman Fred Visconti has joined us. We're also joined by State Representative Jan Gigler, and we appreciate her help in getting this event organized this morning, as well as our Judge of Probate, Diane Yam. And if we could give them a collective round of applause and recognition, it would be appreciated. At this time, I'm going to ask Father Mecca, pastor of Church of St. Peter, to lead us in opening prayer. Father.
Gracious God, on this anniversary of the terrorist attacks on our nation, we commemorate the lives of all our sisters and brothers who perished in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania. Grant them rest in life in your eternal kingdom of peace and love. We keep in mind and pray, too, for their families who still suffer their loss. Give to them consolation, heal their pain and brokenness. O God, you yourself are perfect love, peace, and justice. We pray for war, terrorism, and violence to cease. Let your Holy Spirit burn from human hearts all hatred, greed, the desire to dominate, and all that endangers peace. Inspire national leaders worldwide to pursue only that which makes for peace and mutual upbuilding. May the peace you desire for your children break forth and reign over us. Amen.
Thank you, Father Mecca. We appreciate your help and participation in this morning's ceremony. Will you please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance with Robin, led by Robin Higley. who, by the way, the Higley girls, they're starting to grow up. So they look wonderful, and we're proud and honored to have them with us today. Rob, will you lead us in prayer? There's the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Robin. Now I'm going to ask Amanda Forker, who is a vocal artist at Western Connecticut State University, to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What a terrific job by Amanda. At this time, we'll now conduct a rifle salute with our friends from the Danbury Police Honor Guard. In a second, I'm going to ask State Senator Mike McLaughlin, who is our keynote speaker today, come forward and share some thoughts and remarks about today. But before I do that, I just want to point out something to the residents here of the city of Danbury. I've traveled all over the state of Connecticut over the last year, roughly year. I've been to cities and towns, large and small, and every nook and cranny of our great state. There's not one city, there's not one town There's not one community that has a 9/11 memorial that looks like this. Nowhere do you see a statue, a memorial, a monument as beautiful as we've placed prominently on our Main Street. And the reason for that, there were two people who had the vision to put this project together. One was Father Al Odette from St. Peter's Church. But the other person, the guy in my office, named Mike McLaughlin. Mike had the vision and the temerity to go out and to raise the money to build this project. He had dedicated time, energy, and effort to ensure that the design would be appropriate and right for what we thought 9/11 meant to us and to the rest of the country. Because of that, this monument appears in magazines, papers, periodicals, journals, memorials, writings, letters, all over the United States of America and all over the world. And nobody has been able to recreate the way it's been done here in our great city. So Mike, on behalf of the city of Danbury, I want to thank you for your work in this project and appreciate everything that you've done. And now,
thank you, Mayor. You know, we've been around together for too long because you haven't seen my remarks, and yet you plucked some of the comments that I was feeling the same way about this memorial in Danbury. I want to thank you all for joining us this morning to remember September 11th, 2001. Think back now to the first anniversary of September 11th when we were working on plans for a community celebration, and we settled on a march down Main Street from the War Memorial to the City Center Green, followed by a remembrance ceremony on the stage. A tropical storm blew through Danbury a few hours before the ceremony that afternoon and dropped trees and power lines across Main Street. An army of CL&P and city forestry crews cleared the path for the celebration just in time for the start at 6 o'clock. The City Center Green that night was a sea of people. This memorial project was completed in less than a year, thanks to the vision, I say, of Mayor Mark Boughton. And we hosted a spectacular dedication ceremony on September 11th, 2004. The glass sculpture before us is the work of renowned artist Henry Richardson. The sculpture is a tower within a tower, signifying the Twin Towers. The interior empty space is the same proportional dimensions as the physical presence of both towers. The inner tower has the names of all Connecticut residents lost in the Twin Towers, and highlighted in larger letters at eye level are our Danbury area residents. This 12-foot tower of glass is mounted on a pentagon of Connecticut granite. This is a special place in Danbury thanks to a group of people led by Father Albert Ardette who worked hard to make this memorial a reality. Vicki Higley Pratt, Christy Gray, firefighter Thomas Corbett, Sergeant John Krapinski, Joel Levitt, Jan Nastasia, Jessica Soriano, and I worked well together during the planning. This past year, we lost another dedicated member of the committee, Sherry Williams, who passed on to join her daughter, Candace Lee Williams, a passenger on Flight 11. Candace Lee Williams was a student, a graduate of Immaculate High School's class of 1999. She was attending Northeastern University in Boston. She made the dean's list and was a member of the National Honor Society. Candace was a daughter, sister, granddaughter, and niece. Candace was active. In high school, she was a cheerleader, served on the student council, volunteered for the Special Olympics, played basketball, and run cross country. Candace worked in the World Trade Center, though she was on Flight 11 when she died. The plane she was in crashed into the building where she worked as an intern. She impressed her coworkers at Merrill Lynch so much that on her last day, they sent her away in a limousine. The next semester, Merrill Lynch asked Northeastern University for 5 more Candaces. Candace was a dreamer. On 9/11, she was on her way to California to meet her roommate for a short vacation. On that trip, she wanted more than anything else to have her picture taken with the Hollywood sign. Maybe more than anything, Candace was a helper. As a child, she helped out at her grandparents' construction company, and not just in the office. She ran the machines, she poured concrete, and she even put in septic systems. At Northeastern University, she developed a reputation as someone who would help others. Classmates appeared on her doorstep before exams, knowing she'd help. She even helped convince one friend not to drop out of school. Airline records say that on Flight 11, Candace was seated next to Mildred Naiman, an 80-year-old grandmother. Candace's mother said she's sure her daughter died holding Mildred's hand, comforting her. Indeed, you are looking at one of the most spectacular September 11th memorials in the country. Candace Lee Williams and all the others deserve spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Before I ask Amanda Higley to lead us in God Bless America, I just want to take 1 second to share a thought with you that I've had over the last several days. As all of us have turned the TV on, there's been various memorials, remembrances, shows that remind us of that sunny morning, just like today, when those planes crashed into the World Trade Center. And everybody takes a certain vision out of there. There's something that you have in your mind that you just remember from that particular moment in time when you were watching it on TV. There's something that I remember, and that is that the people that came out of the building, the injured, the scared, those people were covered in a white ash, if you will. And it was almost like to me that ash had sort of cleansed people of the everyday baggage that we carry with us. You know what I'm talking about, the prejudices, the fears, the thoughts. Because at that moment in time, people with that white ash on them, they weren't Republicans, they weren't Democrats, they weren't different religions, they weren't different skin colors. They were all one singular color. We were all united together. And we were united not by wanting to take land or wanting to become in some kind of conflict. We were united by the beliefs and values that are this country. We saw stranger helping stranger on that morning. People who didn't even know each other. People from different socioeconomic backgrounds. You saw people who were waiters at the restaurant at the top of the world helping stockbrokers who had multi-million-dollar portfolios. We were all together because that white ash served in a way to sort of cleanse us from all of the baggage of our day-to-day lives. That feeling of unity on 9/11 and on 9/12 and the days since then has been a profound feeling for all of us, something we should strive each and every day to recreate. We shouldn't wait for today, this remembrance. We should do that every day. We should remember the very fundamental things, the very fundamental values that unite us as Americans, living in a great city, in a great state, in the greatest country on earth. Now I'm going to ask Amanda Higley to lead us in God Bless America. We actually have the words right on your program. So Amanda, you ready? All right.
Color guard, here's hut.
God bless America, the land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Before we break and begin our reflections at the monument, I'd like to take a moment of silence. A moment of silence to remember the Danbury area victims of 9/11. Christopher J. Blackwell, Eric B. Evans, Robert Higley, Michael Grady Jacobs, James Thomas Waters, Candace Lee Williams. Always in our hearts, always in our prayers, and in the arms of God. Thank you. That will conclude our ceremony this morning. We ask that you be respectful of family members who'd like to spend a moment of reflection first in front of the memorial, and then we encourage you to spend a moment as well. Thank you for being here this morning. God bless you, and God bless America.
Good afternoon. Welcome to downtown Danbury and the taste of Greater Danbury. Not as a beautiful day as yesterday, but if the rain holds out, it'll be another fantastic day at City Center Danbury. I thank you for coming out to this event. All summer long, we've provided you with free music and entertainment every Friday and Saturday. Our Taste of Danbury is a culmination of our efforts over all summer long, and thank you so much for being here. Our major sponsors are Union Savings Bank, Comcast, and Ventura Rivera and Smith. We could not have provided any of this entertainment without them and the support of our other sponsors. We have booklets available for you to look to see who our sponsors are, as well as schedules all around. We have record attendance here yesterday. I don't know if you were here. And we also have record attendance with our food vendors, business vendors, and nonprofit organizations. So please do take the time to check in and visit with them. It's just a wonderful thing to have everyone here downtown. Also on Friday this past weekend, we unveiled the Museum in the Streets. There's 21 illustrated historic panels that line Main Street describing the great history of our community. So if you have any time today, just take a little walk up Post Office Walk, and anywhere you turn, you'll see one of those panels. This afternoon, we're going to open with our national anthem with Curtis T. And here he is right now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare from
Thank you, Curtis. Curtis is an example of the plethora of talent that we have in our community when it comes to musical talent and everything else. And we try really hard at City Center to support our local artists. I also want to invite you to stay for the rest of the day. We're here till 7 o'clock, and our headline performer at 2 o'clock is the Marshall Tucker Band. New this year also, we have the Ives Street Side Stage. We'll be having a magic show there shortly after 1 o'clock, if you look at your schedules, and that side stage is located right over there on Ives Street. Starting today's program, we have the Walk of Honor. This is another great story in Danbury. A few years ago, Mary Teicholz approached us and asked if there was something that she could do to acknowledge the work and that our veterans do, past and present, for our country. And it's evolved and it's turned into this really nice community tradition, I'd like to say at this point. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Mary Teicholz.
Well, good morning or good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 3rd annual Walk of Honor. What a crowd, it's great, and someone was listening to us, the weather's holding out. So without further ado, I would like to ask Chief Harold to please have the color guard present the colors. Today we have an extremely special treat because we have John Esposito will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. For those of you who know John, you know he's a permanent fixture in Danbury. We couldn't love him more. He's a gentleman. He's like no one I've ever met in my life, and I'm so grateful that he agreed to do this. On top of all that, he is a World War II veteran. He received the Purple Heart and was at Iwo Jima. And if that isn't enough, today is John's birthday. So we're not only celebrating Danbury, we're celebrating John Esposito.
Put your hand over your heart and be thankful for the world's greatest city, Danbury, Connecticut. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Curtis did a wonderful rendition of our national anthem to kick off the day. But we also have another singer singing the national anthem today, so how lucky are we? And I'd like to welcome Amy Keenan to present the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts were watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled Our blessing today will be said by Rabbi Clifford Liebrock from the United Jewish Center.
Thank you very much, Mary. Almighty God, Master of the universe, out of the depths of despair, we call out to you. Our ears ring with the words, Al Tira, do not be afraid, but often our stomachs churn with the acid of doubt. Determined to preserve our world from the tyranny of terrorism, we turn to you for answers, for values, for strength. On this gray day in September, we stand before you with respect and awe for those men and women who were summoned to protect and secure our nation and our world. To those who have returned, we welcome them in penetrating gratitude and awe. Give us the strength and perception to let them know in ways clear and enduring that their sacrifice and valiant courage in the face of the enemy has earned our undying devotion and profound thanks. For those yet on the battlefields across the globe, give them the courage to meet the chilling stare of death. Show compassion to them as they seek to make the world safer for us and for those we love. Ease the pain of their loneliness as they face the darkness of their daunting task. Let them feel your presence, O God, as you warm the chill of their souls with the blanket of your light. Help those far from the comfort of home to find value and meaning in their mission, that their sacrifice not be an empty act. Let them sense the yearning of those who await their return and long for their presence, their loved ones, their parents, their children. Protect them when they find themselves in harm's way. Salve their wounds with your healing balm. And above all, O God of righteousness, grant them victory over the forces of darkness, tyranny, terror, and treachery. Melech Hafetz B'Chaim, O King who desires life, protect those who yet pursue the enemy with your merciful care. And give us here the spirit and the power, the sensitivity and foresight to acknowledge in word and deed the sacrifice these soldiers have performed, that we and others may live in peace and freedom, in dignity and security. These are your values, Almighty Father, of us all, and these men and women of valor have been nothing less than your agents. Yes, your angels doing your will. Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi. And to welcome us all to the Green today, I would like to say hello to Mayor Mark D. Boughton, who also served in the Army Reserves from 1983 to 1989.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here on the Green for this wonderful event, but also for really just what's been an outstanding Taste of Danbury weekend. Last night we had a little over 10,000 people was our best estimate here on the Green for the concert and the fireworks. Fantastic night, and we'll have a great day today. I'd like to take a moment to, first of all, welcome everybody that's here who's an elected official. There's so many of them, I don't think we can name them all, but we appreciate your support for this wonderful event. But there's one elected official that I do want to recognize, and she doesn't necessarily get recognition as an elected official all the time, but she's the person that put this event together. She's the person that had the passion and the belief in our armed forces, in particular, all of those men and women across this great country of ours and spanning the globe defending the cause of liberty. those past, those present, and those in the future. And that's Councilwoman Mary Teicholz, who has taken this project to another level. Mary, thank you on behalf of the entire city of Danbury for what you've done. On our 325th birthday, there's no better way to spend this day than to honoring the men and women of our armed forces. Thank you for being here. God bless you. And God bless America. This is the greatest country on earth, and don't you ever forget it. Welcome.
Our next speaker is Jessica Rice, and Jessica is a student at Broadview Middle School, and she entered the Americanism essay contest for the Elks, and she won second in the state. So we've asked Jessica to share her essay with us today.
The American Dream, what is it? The American Dream consists of three basic elements that are all linked together: hope, opportunity, and prosperity. The first is hope, which is the seed of the dream. The second element, opportunity, is having a fair chance to carry out that dream. Last but certainly not least is prosperity, or the ability to improve yourself. None of these elements alone can stand as the American dream. Without hope, people would never feel the need to want anything more for themselves or their families. Just because you want a better life doesn't mean you're going to get it. In America, there is the opportunity to have an education and a career. However, it is up to you to choose to take it. Prosperity may be the outcome of opportunity and hard work. No one else but you decides how well you will succeed in life. While the American dream starts out like any other dream, what makes it different is that it can come true. If it weren't for the American dream, people would feel no need to move to America. My grandparents and great-grandparents came to this country to pursue the American dream, and that is why I am here today. Thank you.
And this is what our soldiers are fighting for. She's amazing. Now I would like to welcome Rob Simmons. He will be giving us some remarks. And he is a retired colonel from the United States Army Reserves.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you, everybody, for coming out today for our men and women in uniform and for our veterans. I am a Vietnam veteran, and I'm proud to have spent 37 years, 7 months, and 24 days in the U.S. Army. Hoo-ah! But most of all, I'm proud to be an American. Are you proud to be an American? Proud to be an American. 9 years and 1 day ago, our great nation was viciously attacked by people who do not respect our values, our freedom, our democracy, our liberty. But on that day, when many thousands came down and out of the World Trade Center, others in uniform went in and went up. Our brave firemen and our policemen. I am proud of those firemen and policemen. Are there any fire police in the crowd here today? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Thank you for your service. Thank you for keeping our communities and our people safe. They also hit the Pentagon that day, and soldiers in the Pentagon died. But in a very short period of time, they responded. They went into Afghanistan and they chased Osama bin Laden out of his cave, and a couple of years later pulled Saddam Hussein out of a spider hole. When the men and women in uniform in the United States Army are on the march, terrorists beware. It is the men and women in uniform that defend our Constitution, which was framed in the name of we the people. It is the men and women in uniform who defend our Bill of Rights, that give us the freedom to speak, to assemble, to publish and print, and to be secure in our homes. It is the men and women in uniform who give us the opportunity, as we did today, to pledge allegiance to a flag, to a nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And it is the men and women in uniform who we honor today. Those who serve or have served in the U.S. Army, are there any in the audience? Please raise your hand. Thank you for your service. U.S. Navy, please raise your hand. Thank you for your service. Air Force, U.S. Marine Corps, hooah! Coast Guard or Merchant Marine, thank you for your service. Over 230 years ago, our forefathers and foremothers fought for a nation, for freedom, for separation from Great Britain, to be free, to establish a constitution in the nation in the name of we the people, not a king or an ayatollah or a potentate. And they fought for that. And they didn't hire mercenaries to fight for them. And from that time forward, we have always relied on our volunteers, because you see, the most precious thing that we give to defend our nation and our freedom and our democracy is not our tax dollars, it's not our high-tech weapons, our R&D. The most precious thing we have to give to defend our nation is our sons and daughters, our brothers and sisters. And for all those who serve us here today and into the future, I say, God bless them. God bless you all. God bless America.
Wow, he almost makes me want to join the service if I wasn't so old. I'm going to share a story with you. My son is in the Army National Guard, and as a family, we went to pick him up from his, it's called OSUT training. That's where they have basic training, and then their additional training, and my son happens to have MP training. We went to the graduation, and we get there, and we're standing in line outside of the auditorium waiting to go in, because you know the Army's motto, hurry up and wait. They're not kidding. And we stood there, and we got to meet parents from all walks of life, from all over the country. And you're sharing stories, and we realized we were saying each other's first names. Well, that's not going to do any good, because nobody in the Army uses first names. So then we had to introduce ourselves by our last names, and then we're like, I know your son, I know your daughter, I've heard the stories. And we heard many stories, and some of them were quite amazing, like, you know, somebody who beat down a bear with a log, and, you know, throwing up after being in the gas chambers and then running into a tree. So you hear all these stories, and you get very close to the young men and women whose stories you've heard over and over again. And then they finally let you go inside, and it's just a sea of green, because they were all in their dress uniforms for Family Day. And so you're looking for your children, and my husband says, I think I found him, I think I found him. And we ran up and we took about a dozen pictures. Well, we found out later it wasn't my son, but we've kind of bonded with this young man. Then we go inside, and they start playing a video for us of all the things our children had accomplished. My son couldn't put his dishes in the dishwasher before I saw this video, so I was shocked. So when you're able to see them in the gas chamber, you see them rappelling off buildings, going under barbed wire, you're in awe, you're amazed. How can this be my child? How did this happen? You're proud. It's an unbelievable feeling. And with everything that happens, you're building a tighter bond with the parents and the children. Then it comes to a point where they give out awards, and my son happened to be one of the people who got an award. And he was standing up on stage in front of everyone. And of course I run up the aisle, and I'm standing there, and they announced his name, and I yell out, "Yay, Billy!" And I'm crying. So the woman next to me yells out, "Yay, Billy!" And she's crying. But we're all crying for each other's children because no longer are they just ours, they're everyone's. We're a family now. It's different. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. And then when we couldn't be there and be that structure that held our children together, they held each other together. And that bond, I think, is absolutely everlasting for them. We weren't their safety net anymore. So I guess my point being is that here we have these people who have always protected us and still protect us. And we need to always keep in mind that when they get back, we need to take care of them. So thank you, and please remember all of that. And we also have one more singer for today, and her name is Maria Listacco, and she'll be singing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Maria also attends Broadview Middle School, so we're very lucky. In conclusion, I just have to thank some people who helped put this all together. I'd like to thank City Center Danbury and the Elks Lodge 120 for co-sponsoring this event. And to all our speakers and singers, they were wonderful. I couldn't have asked for anyone better than they all were today. To the Danbury Council of Veterans for their taps and honor guard, thank you. And to the Danbury Fire Department for also supplying us with an honor guard. John Newmuller, who dedicates his time to taping this every year and makes us CDs so we can put them on our website and hopefully get them to our troops in Afghanistan and Iraq so they can see that we're here and we're thinking about them and all of our collective arms are around them. Also a thank to Deb and Jerry Kemlaj and Lisa Knapp for helping me with all the copies and all that. And to my husband and son, my husband for being a computer guru, and my son for just being him. And of course, for all of our vets. I just want to say thank you. It doesn't seem like it's enough. It doesn't even seem like this is enough. So we're going to walk a mile, and we know it's not a mile in your shoes, but it's our way of saying thank you. So thank you all.
He's off just a little bit longer. We've got a great band ready for you. But before we bring out the band, we are going to cut the cake on the City of Danbury's 325th birthday. So let's give a round of applause for Danbury's 325th birthday. And before we do that, I want to thank just a couple of our sponsors. Stu Leonard's for making his wonderful cake that'll serve 100 people. Love Stu Leonard's. Never go there when you're hungry, by the way. ShopRite for making the 400 cupcakes we're going to give out in a second. Thank you, ShopRite. The Women's Club of Danbury and New Fairfield for serving. Thank you, Women's Club. You guys rock. and of course, City Center. But let's thank Andrea Gardner for giving us an awesome weekend to celebrate the 300, and Pat as well. Thank you, guys. Sorry about all the crazy phone calls from me. Good job. Well done. Okay, so stand by. We're going to play Happy Birthday. You're going to sing. We'll light the candles before. We light the candles. We'll sing Happy Birthday, blow out the candles, cut the cake.
Stand around.
And now while we're waiting for that, I'm going to recognize our public officials that took time to join us today. We thank them and honor them for their service. In no particular order, I know State Senator Mike McLaughlin is here. State Representative Jan Gigler is here with us on this historic occasion. Our town clerk, Lori Kabak, is here. Our city treasurer, Dan Jowdy, just left, but he was here. Our council president, Joe Cavo. And members of our common council, Shay Negershev, Jack Knapp, Paul Rotella, Mary Teicholz, Ben Cianisi, and Greg Seabury. We have our zoning chairman, Rob Malolo, with us. And a member of our Board of Education, Joe the Skaz, Skazafava. Skazi in the house. And let's give a round of applause to Ted Kasampis from the Mayor's Office for all of his hard work as well. Teddy, good job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't run for mayor.
One kid.
All right, so let's light the candles. And my lovely, beautiful wife, Phyllis, the First Lady of the City of Danbury, is going to cut the cake for us. Thank you, Phyllis, for allowing me to do all I do and for being a great supporter of this city. All right, everybody. All right, we got free cake. Is this not a great country or what?
Get it, out.